Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Practice number 2 is in the books. Look, we only get 15 of these things, so every time the news, the practice reports start to come out, I want to jump on here. I want to talk about it with you guys, see what you think, see what all the buzz is about, but also want to blend in some recruiting. That's what this morning's video was, talking about Ryan Wingo, Steve Wiltfonk's comments that he could be trending away from Tennessee. But now I want to jump into spring practice number 2, and there's a lot of hype about some of these young guys. It was really, the report seemed defensive focused today. Some of that may be because Tim Banks met with the media. Some of the young defensive players met with the media. But also we've got some news coming out that Arian Carter, a guy that we're all excited about. Look, Coach Jay broke down the film on Arian Carter and said this is a kid that is going to be able to make an impact in year 1. And now we are seeing it practice number 2, Arian Carter out there making some big plays, but not just him, some of the other young guys as well. We'll get into it. We'll talk about the practice reports. Again, I go through, read all the news. I pull it from VolQuest, Go Vols 247, wherever I can get information about what went down at practice, and then we bring it here and we talk about it, we discuss about it. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Got a fun live stream coming up tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, a live film breakdown. We're live every single Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Also working on a special guest for you guys. Get some information on that once we get around to it. But let's jump into it. We're going to talk about practice number 2, but I want to hear Tim Banks as he kind of talks about this competition. And one of the things that I like coming out of the reports today is they're throwing a lot of these young guys out there and putting them in that competitive environment. Tim Banks talked a little bit about it, like they're trying to grasp concepts and they're trying to put everything together, but they're not limiting those guys. They are throwing it at them and putting them out there in position to make plays. But let's hear from Tim Banks, who met with the media after practice number 2.
Yeah, we're investing and we're building. We try to, talk daily about, the choices that we make, putting us in a position to have the outcome that we desire. So, it's a long spring. We obviously got 2 days in, but so far those guys are really working their tails off to, because they understand what's at stake. Sometimes when you think about 15 opportunities, like, well, I got time to get better. We don't see it that way. We're in a fight, in a race to try to be as good as we can be, as fast as we can be it. And, our kids, particularly the guys that have been here, obviously understand that mantra. So, it's just one of those days. We're trying to be 1-0 every day, and I think our kids understand that, and that's how we're working.
Out there competing and grinding, a couple of position groups that, I've been interested in. Number one, the young guys as a whole. Can those young linebackers come in and push for legitimate playing time? We've talked about Brian Jean-Marie and how he likes to rotate 4 linebackers. We saw it a year ago, kind of similar to Rodney Garner's mindset. If you have enough guys, if you have the depth, and that's what excites me about this football team. It's something Josh Heupel talked about yesterday when he met with the media, that this team has legitimate depth. What kind of impact can the freshmen make? Also, Elijah Herring. He's out there with Caleb Perry. They look the part. Coming from one of the practice reports, said they look comfortable out there with this group of linebackers. So are we going to see Aaron Beasley and also Keenan Peely, the transfer from BYU? We'll get some comments about that here in just a second. But then can we also see a guy like Caleb Perry take a step? Elijah Herring, a kid that made some plays a year ago. But also one of the reports coming out was that Jalen Smith was out there making plays as well, when Arian Carter is the guy that everybody's talking about. And he picked off Joe Milton today. Looked like, from what I've read, that it was zone coverage, dropped back in his zone, used his eyes, read Joe Milton's eyes, and went and made a play. It's not one of those, and again, I didn't see it. I'm going by practice reports, but it sounds like it's not one of those where Joe Milton made a terrible throw. It's more about the fact that Arian Carter went and made a play. But also, in addition to that, you've got Jalen Smith out there with him. You've got some of these young guys. John Slaughter was on the field when Arian Carter made that play. But again, the buzz coming out of this practice number 2 is that Arian Carter is that dude. He looks the part. He's out there making plays. And again, his recruitment, it was a big-time win for Josh Heupel and this coaching staff. Alabama was pushing, and Tennessee got the job done. So can Arian Carter be a dude that actually contributes to this football team in 2023. He also met with the media and kind of talked about that he wants to be able to contribute. He doesn't just want to go through the motions and go through practice. He wants to contribute to this football team in 2023. The media also asked Tim Banks specifically about Arian Carter, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously anytime you get a chance to invest, and he has 15 opportunities to do that, just like all those guys. But I would tell you about him as a person. Just once again, just a high character kid. Has a lot of pride in what he does. He's extremely bright. And like you said, the athleticism you can't hide. So, I was really pleased with the instincts that he showed today in coverage. I think a lot of time, for linebackers, typically when they come out of high school, they're guys that just come off the edges, or guys that are just thumpers inside. But for you guys that seen him play in high school, tremendous running back, obviously blossomed as a linebacker. So he's got really good instincts, and like I said, I was pleased with what he showed in coverage today. So he's definitely trending in the right direction.
Again, you want a more in-depth breakdown of some of these players, go check out our playlist for the film breakdown with Coach Jay. I mentioned that in the video this morning about Ryan Wingo. We also did a film breakdown for Arian Carter where Coach Jay talks about his instincts and his ability to make plays in the SEC as a true freshman. I'm excited about that kid, hearing the buzz about him, but also some of the other newcomers are getting some buzz. Omar Norman Lott was out there making some plays today. That excites me. I think when you go get these guys in the transfer portal, it's not like a freshman. They're newcomers. We're excited. We're watching and listening and seeing what they're going to do out there on the practice field. But it's not like a freshman. These are guys that you expect to come in and contribute immediately. That's why when I talk about Dante Thornton, I expect him to contribute immediately. But two other guys on the defensive side of the ball that Tennessee went out and got via the transfer portal, both coming from BYU. That's Gabe Judy Lally at corner. And then you've also got Keenan Peely at linebacker. Both guys I expect to be starters before it's all said and done. Now, the way this coaching staff likes to do things, you see it in spring practice every year since they've been here. If you're a newcomer, you're going to start at the back of the line. You're going to earn your way to the front. But they asked Tim Banks again specifically about the transfers from BYU. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, but both those guys have been awesome. They're obviously both experienced guys. Gabe, from the back end perspective, he's very calm. He has a great demeanor about him. Extremely smart. So far, he's been everything that we want him to be. As far as KP goes, I actually love this kid. He's just a guy that's great to be around. Just the way he carries himself. Just as a young man, but then obviously when you get him on the field, you understand why he's played so many games. So we're excited about both guys. We think they both have an opportunity to contribute to our program, and obviously if they continue to grow, their roles will be determined.
I love the smile on the face of Tim Banks when asked about Keenan Peely. And again, he's a guy that I fully expect to come in and contribute. A mature individual, that's something you're reading in the practice reports. He looks the part. He looks like he's ready to come in and play in the SEC right now. That's what he's doing. Gabe Judy Lally, the same. Tim Banks was also asked kind of about the secondary and guys rotating around, moving positions. He talked specifically about the freshmen, that he doesn't want to move those guys around a lot. He would rather them lock down a position, learn that position, and then maybe add that versatility as you go along. But then he talked about a guy with a little bit more experience like Christian Charles, that you're kind of bouncing him around, trying to figure out where he can make the biggest impact. What is his role going to be on this defense? So we continue to watch it. We continue to track it. I want to see what this secondary looks like, but I'm excited about this linebacker unit because here we are in practice number 2, and we're getting positive results, positive feedback about the young Arian Carter, but also Jalen Smith. I like seeing those guys as freshmen out there on the practice field making plays. Sounds like another freshman, Nathan Laycock, had a rough day, had a couple of drops, ran the wrong route a couple of times, but again, he's a young kid. He will continue to develop, continue to get better. Dante Thornton continuing to make Boogie look like a genius, and that I know what I'm talking about because he is absolutely balling out, and he is a guy that I expect to continue to make plays, continue to get buzz. I hope we see some bright spots in the spring game from Dante Thornton. But again, that's the reports coming out of practice number 2. If you guys dig these, hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I try to get the practice reports. I try to get some comments from the media scrum after practice and just bring it all here in one quick 10-minute video where we can break it down and discuss it as fans. Again, 100% for the fans, by the fans. But hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We appreciate all the support, all you guys picking up the merch. I want to see it. Tag me at Boogie Bentley on Twitter. Would love to see you guys repping the Talkin Vols merch. And again, as always, thank you to the members of the channel. Give me the opportunity to do this gig full time. If you want to help support this channel, the best way you can support this channel is by hitting that join button down below. Right beside subscribe, hit that join button. It's only $1 a month. I would greatly appreciate it. But if not, that's cool, man. Smash the thumbs up, leave comments. I love interacting with you guys. I love doing this. I love talking Tennessee football with you guys every single day. So thank you. We will catch you on the next one. That's going to do it for this video. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.